common mistakes that parents usually make. The first common mistake is that parents assume that children know what they want without telling them. Re na le mathata re le batsadi ka gore re tobe re akanyetsa bana ba rona gore ba itse ba tshwanetse gore ba itse gore what is expected of them. That is a problem. That is a mistake as a parent. You are the one who is raising your child, so you are not supposed to expect your child to know anything that you have never taught them. That has to be a principle in your life, to say everything my child will know, they will learn from me. So most of the time we assume that ngwana o tshwanetse ra ba itse re phone go tshwara phone le bakala le kana ga siama go ta bolaiwa matlo go ta utlwa ke thogo. You'll be surprised. They don't know that. They don't think like that. Aba akanye jalo ebile aba bone le hatsi ka ha wena o le bonang ka teng. So you have to understand that assuming that your child knows what you are supposed to do, it's an error. You have to explain it to them. You have to explain it to them so that it is much easier for them and you. For example, you don't tell them to do it. You don't explain it to them, but then you expect them to do it. When it is like that, it is unclear to them what your expectations are towards them. So they do when they like, and they don't do when they don't like. Why? Because it's unclear what you expect of them. This is where many fights start. Never assume for it. Teach them, tell them, and then that's when you can punish them if they misbehave. And then the other mistake is shouting at children for breaking rules. Women, mothers, shouting at your child is not a solution. It just helps you relieve frustration from yourself, and it creates more problem to your child because it adds confusion to them. Confusion, emotional confusion. When you shout at your child, to them, it is difficult for them to process the information you're trying to relay to them because they are battling with emotions. It's difficult for them to process the instruction because they are battling with the emotions. To say, my mother is angry. She's going to beat me. She might kill me. That is the things that come in their head. So when you have set a rule in your household, there has to be a form of punishment for that rule. For example, I am a firm believer in corporal punishment or in disciplining your children with a stick. Firm believer in that. Even though I believe it has to end at a certain age, it cannot be like that forever. But there has to be a certain way you discipline them, and the way you discipline them has to be consistent. If the child is of age, a teenager is of age, you can discipline her or him with a cane or katu. So you take them, you sit them down and tell them, I'm going to beat you. And then the other mistake that we make as parents is inconsistency in enforcing the rules. Like I was saying, you will have a rule, and then when you are angry, you enforce it. But when you are not angry, when you are happy, you let it go. Against a rule that you have set in the household, and the punishment is straight, that